Startups don't lose people because of pay. They lose people because leaders forget what culture truly is. The culture you create starts with you. Your team is a mirror of your behavior. If you tolerate chaos, you teach chaos. If you reward overworking and long hours, you normalize burnout. And if you lack clarity, your best people will find it somewhere else. So the real question isn't why talent leaves your startup. It's what are they leaving you for? Today, I'll show you the real reason people walk away from your company and how to transform your culture from a revolving door into a magnet for top talent. If you're a founder or manager that's serious about leading a team of top talent that never wants to leave, watch the masterclass in the description. It'll give you the template that I use to take my startup from 13 to 100 plus employees without sacrificing the quality of our culture. Even billion-dollar startups fall apart when leaders lose sight of what culture actually means. We've seen this play out at places like Better.com, Zenefits, and Babylon Health, which I've covered in other videos. All billion-dollar companies that imploded from within. Not because people couldn't handle the pressure, but because no one was steering with clarity or protecting the culture as they scaled. Two data points support this. Gallup estimates that 42%, nearly half of all turnover, is preventable, meaning it often comes down to your leadership and your culture, not pay or external forces. Another 75% of voluntary turnover is linked to managers. Employees often leave because of their boss, not their role or their company. When leadership breaks, retention breaks. It's that simple. Let's break down the top 3 reasons why high performers quietly decide to leave. People don't quit jobs. They quit confusion, disrespect, and feeling undervalued. Top talent doesn't need hand-holding. They need trust. But when your systems and environment feel like shackles, they check out. Reason number 1, feeling disrespected. What are signs of disrespect? Well, meetings that could have been an email show that you don't respect my time. Return to office rules and mandates that make my job harder show that you don't respect my life outside of work. You should absolutely have standards. But when your standards turn into rules that make someone's job harder, people feel disrespected. At one startup that I advised, a brilliant executive was notoriously difficult to work with, but their CEO tolerated it. And that tolerance became the new standard, a standard which said, it's okay to be a brilliant jerk. Employees started thinking, if that's okay, what else is? Trust and confidence in this particular CEO eroded, not because they couldn't do the job, but because the CEO's silence became approval of this executive's toxic behavior. What you tolerate is your culture. Your actions and your lack of action create your culture. Standards aren't just what you actively communicate. They're also the unwritten rules your people see you model. But disrespect is only one signal. Even when people feel respected, they'll still leave if they feel undervalued. Lack of recognition, lack of a challenge, and lack of advancement, these are the 3 most common reasons top talent might feel undervalued. One VP of sales that I personally hired left a Series B startup after only 6 months. Not because of compensation, but because their wins went unacknowledged. It's deeply human to crave progress, but when it's not recognized, it can just create resentment. But founders and many managers that I've personally coached assume that praise and recognition is optional. So their best performers feel invisible at times, and invisible people don't stay for very long. 94% of employees say they'd stay longer if their company invested in their growth and development. Recognition isn't some nice to have, it is retention. Still, there's one more reason that trumps them all, and it's the silent killer of every fast-moving startup: confusion. Talent that feels unclear doesn't stay very long. One founder I coach had brilliant ideas, too many actually. They pivoted weekly, but they'd frequently forget to keep their teams informed. 2 high performers quit, citing constantly shifting priorities during their exit interview and as the reason that they left. The founder's response, they're not scrappy enough. We need people who are willing to work hard. They just didn't have that it factor. No, they were tired of feeling like priorities changed so often that their progress didn't matter. Confusion kills confidence. Confidence drives retention. So if feeling disrespected, undervalued, and confused pushes great people out, what pulls them in? Well, people don't stay for mission, they stay for momentum. Here's what I mean. Mission inspires people to join, but momentum sustains them. Retention isn't just about keeping people happy. Yes, that's part of it. It's also about making sure that people feel useful, that they have clarity, and that they feel like they're growing. Too many leaders make the mistake of thinking culture takes care of itself organically. But the best leaders don't rely on luck or chance. They designed it. They build it on purpose. Here's exactly how. If you want employees to feel respected, show you value their time and their effort. Clarity also means transparency. So stop thinking you're protecting your team by not sharing bad news. Share it. Be honest about what's working, what's not, and why certain decisions are made. People lose trust faster from silence than from you sharing hard truths they need to understand. When people know what success looks like, they can chase it. But it's even more powerful when people see you model the standards you say you want to create. That's how you turn culture from just an aspiration to a repeatable system. Try these prompts to make it stick. Where might my team's standards be vague or inconsistent? What meetings or habits could I simplify this week to respect my team's time? Next, let's talk about how you actually build trust. Create rituals that praise and reward behaviors that you want to see. If you want more ownership, praise people when they take initiative. If you want people to be smarter risk takers, celebrate failure and mistakes just as much as you praise success and milestones. Apply this immediately with these prompts. Do I praise in public as often as I correct people in private? Have I built rituals that reinforce the culture I say I want? And what tone do I bring into one-on-one and team meetings? Is it pressure or partnership? It's not about being nice. This is what most leaders make a mistake. It's about being real in a way that people can respect and rally behind. Finally, let's fix the gap that causes confusion. Clarity without follow-up fades fast. Have a simple system for checking in. It's not just about projects, but check in on your people. How are they feeling about their workload this week? What do they need from you to be successful? Deliver feedback early and often. Don't wait till it's too late. Top performers want to know where they stand, and avoiding tough conversations signals to them that you stop paying attention or that you might be hiding something. Your energy sets the tone. If you're exhausted and reactive, your team will mirror that. Burned out founders, burned out managers create burned out teams. Burnout doesn't always look like working too many hours. Burnout also happens when top talent feels confused and when the rules that you create make their jobs harder. Consider these prompts. Do I model the energy I expect from my team? Are my systems making their jobs easier or more difficult? When was the last time I gave someone feedback before a problem escalated? Are you creating clarity, trust, and energy your team can follow, or chaos that they want to run and escape from? That's how you create a culture that's a competitive advantage. If you're responsible for leading and growing a team at your startup, then watch the masterclass in the description. You'll learn how to predictably hire top talent and become a respected leader who can not only identify high performers, but also retain them. Like and subscribe if you're ready to build teams people never want to leave. Peace, and I'll see you in the next one.